केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A day after the dramatic dharna on Delhi streets, Rahul Gandhi is now building on the momentum to claim the ownership of the students' movement. The Congress contingent turned up dressed in black at Parliament and protested outside the gate. By afternoon, wearing a black armband, the leader of opposition took the stage armed with his now familiar PowerPoint presentation. But this was more than a presentation of statistics. It was also a political message, complete with a fresh set of conditions for any discussion with the government.
हमारी नेचुरल स्पेस पार्लियामेंट है, ऑपोजिशन स्पीकर के पास है, उनके कमरे में गए, रिस्पेक्टफुली गए और हमने स्पीकर से कहा देखिए ये बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है, आप हमें बोलने दीजिए, इसके बारे में डिस्कशन करने दीजिए। स्पीकर ने कहा कि देखिए मैं सरकार से पूछूंगा, पूछने के बाद कोई डिस्कशन नहीं, प्रधान जाए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर अपोलोजाइजेस, everyone who assaulted students is the first step.
These 3 points, this is not our demand. This is the students' demand, which we are fully backing. This is not negotiable under any circumstances. Whether House will run tomorrow, that is up to the entire opposition, which will be a discussion.
Rahul Gandhi may have declared these demands as non-negotiable, but not everyone in the opposition appears to agree. Like Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav himself, for him, the debate on paper leaks cannot wait, and Pradhan's resignation is a tertiary issue, can happen side by side later. In fact, he even went as far as to allege collusion between the Congress and the Speaker in the Lok Sabha.
ये मुद्दा कांग्रेस, समाजवादी पार्टी, बीजेपी का नहीं है। ये मुद्दा युवाओं और छात्र नौजवानों का है। इस्तीफा तो क्या है, इस्तीफा तो जब चाहेंगे तब मंत्री ले लेंगे, सदन के बाद ले लेंगे। लेकिन सवाल ये जो छात्रों के साथ व्यवहार हुआ है, उनके हाथ तोड़े, सर तोड़ा, उनके कपड़े फाड़े, क्या बेटियों के कपड़े फाड़ेंगे आप?
One cause, different playbooks. Even where the demands broadly converge, the opposition is no longer united on the strategy. For the Aam Aadmi Party, the deal breaker is Congress's decision to stage a parallel protest. Congress's answer, why are you so jealous?
उनके साथी हैं, कल ये भी गए थे, हम भी गए थे, हमें अलग से करने की क्या जरूरत है? हम तो उनके साथ ही हैं, वो देश के युवा आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, हम युवाओं के साथ हैं। ये
खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे वाली बात होती है, कुछ नहीं है।
संजय सिंह खुद कह रहे हैं,
कहते रहा हूं, ये खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे वाली बात होती है। ये इस तरह से पर्दे के पीछे खेल आप खेलते होंगे, हम नहीं खेलते।
Asked to respond to Aam Aadmi Party's attacks, Rahul Gandhi defended the Congress's commitment to the movement but stopped short of answering the allegation directly.
आपने कहा कि सभी अपोजिशन पार्टीज जो हैं वो इस मामले में एक हैं, लेकिन एक अपोजिशन पार्टी है आम आदमी पार्टी, जिन्होंने जिसके सांसद संजय सिंह हैं, उन्होंने ये कहा कि राहुल गांधी छात्रों के आंदोलन को डाइवर्ट कर रहे हैं, हाईजैक करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। इस पर क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, हम पूरा सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं छात्रों के आंदोलन को, ठीक है? मेरे मुंह से खून निकल रहा था कल। हम पूरा सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, पहली बात।
The centre, meanwhile, refuses to concede the opposition's narrative. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says the anger on the streets is being manufactured by the opposition leaders to mislead the country's youth. At the same time, he has insisted it is the government's duty to listen to young people, but says the right place to resolve issues is Parliament, not protests on the streets.
तो विपक्ष के कुछ नेताओं द्वारा मैन्युफैक्चर्ड एक सेंस ऑफ एंगर, आक्रोश लोगों के अंदर केवल जनता, विशेषकर बच्चों के नौजवानों को भ्रमित करने और गुमराह करने का मैं मानता हूं कि यह असफल प्रयास है। मगर विपक्ष संसद में नहीं बल्कि सड़क पर मुद्दों का समाधान करने का मैं मानता हूं अनुचित प्रयास कर रहा है।
The government says the House is the place for answers, not the streets. It has opened the door to a detailed debate, but the opposition isn't walking in just quite yet. They want Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation first.
सरकार हर मुद्दे पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है और इसके साथ साथ नीट में पेपर लीक और उससे निकलने वाली सारी गतिविधियों पर भी हमारी सरकार चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है। विद्यार्थी की ओर से और नीट एग्जामिनेशन के बारे में और रूल्स 267 के तहत यहाँ पर बहस करना चाहते हैं, उसके लिए अगर फेयर डिस्कशन होना है तो शिक्षा मंत्री पहले राजीनामा देना चाहिए। पहले दिन से ये मानसून सत्र का शुरू से सरकार ने कहा है कि महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे जो भी है और नीट एग्जाम पेपर लीक को लेकर के हम चर्चा के लिए शुरू से तैयार हैं।
हमारा डिमांड वेरी क्लियर है, एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर शुड बी रिजाइन। इफ यू एक्सेप्ट एडजर्नमेंट मोशन पर चर्चा करो सर।
आप 8 घंटे के लिए वंदे मातरम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं तो आप लंबे समय के लिए ठीक ढंग से एडजर्नमेंट मोशन पे ये इशू भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं।
Union Health Minister JP Nadda, who has been in talks with the CJP leaders today, came out to ask the opposition to not politicize the issue. He also listed the track record of the opposition rule states when it came to such examination paper leaks.
लेकिन हम आरोप प्रत्यारोप से बाहर निकल करके हमें इस पर चर्चा करनी चाहिए और चर्चा करने का जो सबसे अच्छा माध्यम है वो है सदन, वो है पार्लियामेंट और हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं। What are the factors which are leading to for paper leak? Who are the people involved? And how the central government has responded? हमने किस तरीके से जब हमारे ध्यान में कोई पेपर लीक आया है तो हमने किस तरीके से इसको एड्रेस किया है और बाकी सरकारों को भी किस तरीके से इसमें एड्रेस करना चाहिए।
The BJP has also pulled out all reactions from the Congress, highlighting how they dismissed leaks in Congress rule states in the past. The spotlight is now also turning on the Aam Aadmi Party's record. The opposition says that the party that is demanding accountability must first answer questions from Punjab, citing the alleged pharmacy exam paper leak. Both the BJP and the Congress are now asking, will the Aam Aadmi Party live by the standards it's set for others or take another U-turn?
लेकिन पंजाब के अंदर पेपर लीक हुआ है फार्मेसी का, उनके बारे में कोई तवज्जो नहीं है। वहां भी प्रोटेस्ट किया लोगों ने, उनको मारा गया, पीटा गया, पुलिस द्वारा भगाया गया।
मनीष सिसोदिया जी कल कह रहे थे कि सोनम वांगचुक जी को एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर बनाना चाहिए, तो मैं आज उनसे कहना चाहता हूं अब तो पेपर भी आपके वहां लीक हुआ है। ऐसे में अब इंतजार कर रहा है देश। मनीष सिसोदिया जी कब आप अपना मंत्री हरजोत बैंस को हटाएंगे और सोनम वांगचुक को बनाएंगे? आज पूरा देश आपसे सवाल पूछ रहा है।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Does the opposition want solutions or just a showdown? That's the question and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP, Tehseen Poonawala, Congress supporter, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. We have Faizan Kidwai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Somnath Bharti, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, former minister as well, Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Joining the debate, political analyst. My first question goes out to you, Somnath Bharti ji. And Somnath Bharti ji, मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, there are paper leaks, there are demands for resignations. So the BJP and the Congress are asking you, when are you taking the resignation of the education minister in Punjab? And when are you appointing Sonam Wangchuk as the education minister of Punjab?
Navika ji, thanks a lot for permitting me to speak first. See, the problem is, whatever has happened or whatever is happening at Jantar Mantar is being trivialized. That you do this, you do that. I mean, we have lost 22 innocent lives. And there is not a, whisper about that in BJP. Nobody out there to take accountability of what has happened. 152 paper leaks since 2014. And who will be accountable for that? The students sitting out there, they demanded resignation from the education minister. Had they come in the beginning itself, let's say, and they could have engaged Sonam Wangchuk in discussion and talks, nothing of this sort could have happened. But the problem is, the ego is monumental. Ego is such that we will not bend at all. We will not go for any discussion. But then, the number of students gathered at Jantar Mantar, ensured that the same party, same leaders, they invited CJP for discussion. But what they did on 20th of July, the way they, beat up those people, those students gathered there, is unbelievable. The way, they have broken legs and
we've
hands.
been debating this for the last 20 days, and I definitely agree with you that paper leaks is a big issue. But it can't be your position that paper leaks that are responsibility of the central government are a big issue. Paper leaks in other states are not a big issue, number one. Number two, if the BJP is not listening or acceding to the demands, why don't you set the example? You can lead the way, because Aam Aadmi Party was a party with the difference.
Let me respond to that. Okay, are you aware that Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab has made it possible that Punjab has become #1 in education across the nation for the first time in the history. It was ranking 23rd. Before Aam Aadmi Party came into governance in Punjab. Now, Department of Education in Punjab has brought Punjab at #1 position across the nation.
दिल्ली भी आप नंबर 1 करके गए थे, अब पंजाब नंबर 1 हो गया है. शहजाद पूनावाला, please respond. Even as students continue to make their demands, there's no addressing the students' problem. There are issues that are coming from the BJP, raising question about the opposition raising questions about the BJP and its track record. Where are we going with this?
सबसे पहले तो नाविका जी उनको क्लैरिफाई कीजिए, पाठशाला की आपने बात की, वो मधुशाला सुने होंगे. मधुशाला में नंबर 1 अगर कर दिया है उन्होंने किसी प्रदेश को, तो वो पाठशाला समझ बैठे, तो वो थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता रहता है. मधुशाला पाठशाला, वो पाठशाला बोल के मधुशाला खोलना, फिर लोकपाल बोल के जोगपाल कर देना, ये सारी चीजें होती रहती है. पर देखिए, आज मैं चाहता हूं कि इस डिबेट में दो साइड, नो टू साइड्स इन दिस टुडेस डिबेट. ऑल ऑफ अस मस्ट बी ऑन द साइड. नाविका, नाउ अगेन इट हैज स्टार्टेड. Navika, this is unbelievable. Navika, every debate track record is that this man speaks his turn.
I gave you time. Now please don't interrupt him. Let him make his point. I will come back to you. Don't get provoked. You said so many things. He didn't get provoked. He allowed you to complete.
सिविल ड्रेस में जिस प्रकार से तुमने बच्चों को अटैक किया है ना, आप भूल जाओ. मैं चैलेंज करता हूं.
Somnath Bharti ji, you forgot to make these points when I asked you the question. Now suddenly you're remembering everything that you should have waited for your turn to make these points. I'm lowering your fader. Shehzad Poonawala, please respond.
Navika, let me talk of two models and let me tell you how today's debate should not be about us versus them, but it should be about doing the best thing for the students. But unfortunately, this is less about NEET and more about Rajni. Let me explain. In our case, yes, we acknowledge that the NEET exam, there was a problem. Yes, we conducted the retest. Yes, we ensured that the people who are behind this, the culprits, go to jail. Then we have ensured that we should go and meet Sonam Wangchuk and the protesting students and hear their demands. Yes, we have also heard the members of parliament, and including Rahul Gandhi, and we have requested him, let us have a full discussion in parliament. This is one model. The other model is that वो कहते हैं ना, पर उपदेश कुशल बतेरे. This is what Manish Sisodia used to say.
भाई पंजाब में अगर पेपर लीक होगा तो सबसे पहले मैं, अरविंद जी और मान साहब मिलकर पंजाब के शिक्षा मंत्री को
अब पंजाब में जुलाई 24 ADO रिक्रूटमेंट पेपर लीक, December 25 Group B officer paper leak, and now we have seen the pharmacy paper leak, no action taken. Then in the India alliance states, Jammu Kashmir paper leak, Himachal paper leak, Jharkhand Congress paper leak, Telangana 12th class paper leak, Telangana 10th class paper leak, Tamil Nadu DMK Congress TNTU B.Ed paper leak, West Bengal paper leak, Punjab paper leak, Kerala paper leak, Karnataka paper leak, but nowhere have they applied the standard they want to apply elsewhere. And now Tehseen Poonawalla and all these people, I want to ask them. Today the question is that what should happen first? Resignation should happen first, or discussion should happen first? First, Congress party and Rahul Gandhi said that we must have parliamentary discussion. That's what he said. Jitendra Singh ji said, okay, government is ready. Then Rahul Gandhi says, no, now we should have the resignation first. Then Sonam Wangchuk, who is sitting on fast for the last 20-21 days where Rahul Gandhi has never gone, Sonam Wangchuk says that first there should be compensation and there should be discussion in parliament. Dipke and his other people say something else as a demand. Aam Aadmi Party says Congress ka demand mat suno. Samajwadi Party says ki first there should be the discussion by the Prime Minister and then there should be the resignation. We don't care about the resignation. So now question is that who is doing Rajneet over NEET? It is the opposition who, for the credit politics, for the politics of scoring, ke bhai, I have scored the point and I should get the credit. They are the ones who are creating the confusion. We are ready for discussion.
On one fact, there can be absolutely no dissonance, which is the discrepancies on the demands that are happening. And Tehseen Poonawalla, I want to ask you this. Of course, the government delayed and went and met Sonam Wangchuk only in the end, after the protests had taken an ugly turn. They didn't do it in advance. Fair. But after that, what has happened? Rahul Gandhi has gone for a separate dharna. Rahul Gandhi's charter of demands is different from what the students' charter of demand is. Sonam Wangchuk, who was everybody's poster boy except Rahul Gandhi's, has a separate charter of demands. Which demand is the government expected to engage with? If they are talking to Wangchuk and Wangchuk wants to end his fast, if his terms are agreed to, Sanjay Singh reaches the hospital, has an altercation and a confrontation with the police over there. Sonam Wangchuk should not now finish the fast till these discrepancies are settled. Are you party to playing with the lives of people on fast like Sonam Wangchuk? Or is this about credit wars? No unanimity between the opposition parties.
Thank you, Navika ji, for having me on the show. I am playing with the lives of Sonam Wangchuk ji, but this government that was arrogant and did not speak to him for 22 days is kosher and clean and absolutely pious. Perfect. We'll take that. Secondly, there is whatever the differences between...
I said the government acted late, so please don't put those words in my mouth.
Navika, the point is that whatever the differences between all of us in opposition are, whatever be the differences, one thing that cannot be taken away is Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji has to go. And Navika, I hope you don't interrupt me for exactly 45 seconds. We owe this to the students. Dharmendra Pradhan ji is the education minister of this country, not because he has some vision with regards to education, because he's a Nepo child whose father was the union minister in Atalji's cabinet, and his idea of education is to ban Telegram because those who leak papers cannot distribute it on WhatsApp and Signal, and to use the Indian Air Force to distribute papers. This man is incompetent. He's been the education minister since 2021. There have been repeatedly paper leaks underneath him. Kids have died and he should go. Navika, one more line. You know, in 2024, when there were paper leaks, the boss of NTA is today Principal Secretary Chhattisgarh. Navika, Principal Secretary Chhattisgarh. And you want me to say that Dharmendra Pradhan should be there? Dharmendra Pradhan ji must go. His tweet last night smacked of arrogance, smacked of defiance. You know it, Navika ji, and I know it. So please, let this man go. Let the most honorable Prime Minister address us as a nation. The Prime Minister needs to address us. That is what we are asking for.
Well, Tehseen Poonawalla, The government has said they are ready to talk about the issue in parliament, but you will not allow parliament to run because you have histrionics to perform on the streets. You have black shirts and trousers to be worn in parliament. Parliament is not being used, the forum that it should be used for.
Navika ji, none of this would have happened had the most honorable speaker allowed for discussion on the first day instead of waiting for government permission. He should have just said on the first day that we will have this discussion under this.
You know, there has to be somebody. I don't know how much you know about parliament, but if a discussion can happen, and Faizan Kidwai, Shehzad, put your hand down, I will come to you. Faizan Kidwai, you know, in parliament, unless there's somebody to respond, what does the discussion do? Which is why the availability of the government in terms of, putting a business on the agenda has to be checked. It is never one-way street. Opposition demands, the treasury benches have to be ready to respond, and that's how it happens. They came back, they said we are ready for discussion. And then Rahul Gandhi spoke, and Akhilesh Yadav himself complained that he didn't get a chance. Now, I want to ask you, do you want to debate the issue and find solutions and reforms for those striking students, protesting students, or are we only going to go through this histrionics of politics that is currently playing out?
Good evening, Navika. Good evening to you and to the fellow panelists. Navika, first of all, let me start by saying that today is a black day. The way the students were beaten up at Jantar Mantar, that was very unfortunate and exposes the real intent of this Modi Sarkar. See, Navika, we wanted to have a dialogue. Was the government sleeping for the past 20 plus days? We were constantly saying engage with Mr. Wangchuk, engage with the students. Do you remember, Navika, that it was Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan who in 2024 rubbished the claims of the opposition and the media reports that the NEET paper has leaked, and he was giving a clean chit to NDA also. So, but later on he made a U-turn, he apologized and agreed that yes, there is a problem. Now our Honorable Prime Minister says youth is the future of India, and the future of youth is above politics. Maybe for him the future of youth of India is not above his greed to accumulate wealth, because this is a report from Union Education Ministry itself, which says that between 2018 and 24, NTA collected exactly around 3,512.98 crore in fees. And this education mafia makes crores and crores, lakhs and of crores of rupees. I'm sure they distribute the loot amongst the people who help them function. And Navika, the question is to you and to your viewers, is it possible for an education mafia or any mafia of this large magnitude to function without political patronage coming from the highest corridors of power, which maybe leads up to the Prime Minister himself? Think about it. I'm sure you'll get the answer yourself. See, Navika, as far as discussions are concerned, you also wanted to have a discussion. Navika, just a second. Wanted to have a discussion.
Navika, first of all, irony died 1,000 deaths. That for the Navika, now you have called my name. Navika, you have called my name.
Faizan Kidwai, you made your point. You have raised very serious questions. Please allow Shehzad to respond.
This is the intent of Bharatiya Janata Party. They want
Navika, now please ensure that my voice is not muffled. Navika, you have to take the responsibility.
Your voice can never be muffled. Please, Shehzad Poonawala, stop complaining and respond.
No, Navika, it is not a joke. It is not a joke that 20 seconds has to be diverted towards quietening the other panelists. It's not a joke. Let me also have my say. I don't interrupt anybody.
I agree it's not a joke.
Thank you, Navika.
I agree it's
now,
not a joke.
Navika, yes, please, Navika. Now let me complete. 22 days, Rahul Gandhi किधर थे? सोनम वांगचुक के साथ ही बैठे थे ना विदेश में. And Sonam Wangchuk and CJP, the day they said they want to talk to the government, within 1 hour, Nadda ji has extended the invitation and gone and met them within 1 hour. As opposed to the UPA, which used to say that Aam Aadmi Party and the Anna Hazare movement is an undemocratic movement, and Ram Bala was shot dead. Secondly, those people who allowed 50 paper leaks and removed the anti-copying law, Samajwadi Party, are talking about copying mafia. They are the biggest purveyors and propagators of this mafia. We cut down on the mafia by ensuring the Anti-Copying Act. And by the way, the NEET system has actually ended capitation fees, which was benefiting the medical colleges run by all these politicians. That is why they are actually opposing it, not because they care for the students. Thirdly, I want to ask, Tehsil Poonawalla, I asked you very specifically, Punjab 3 paper leak, 10 paper leak in India Alliance, Rahul Gandhi ka ek shabd nikla, nahi nikla. Then this is what Priyanka Vadra used to say when paper leaks took place.
आपको मालूम है पेपर लीक की बड़ी समस्या है। गहलोत जी भी जानते हैं कि राजस्थान में भी पेपर लीक हुए थे और ये एक बड़ी समस्या पूरे देश में है, सिर्फ एक प्रदेश की समस्या नहीं है। और बहुत इसको रुकवाने की कोशिश चाहे कितना भी की होगी गहलोत जी ने, लेकिन फिर भी बार बार ये
तो गहलोत जी किसके नेपो बेबी है भाई बताइए? हमारी सरकार ने तो पिछले 3 वर्षों में राजस्थान में एक भी पेपर लीक होने नहीं दिया। आपने तो सचिन पायलट पर सेडिशन का केस फाइल कर दिया और गोपाल केशावत नाम का जो व्यक्ति पेपर लीक कर रहा था उसके साथ घूमते रहे राहुल गांधी। सो therefore I am saying, Navika, today if they are on students platform, one demand they should have that we should have a proper charcha in parliament, but neither can Samajwadi nor Aam Aadmi Party or Congress keep their ego aside. This is their true face.
Well, Shehzad, hand on heart, please tell me that this issue of paper leaks, our education system, does it need attending? Yes or no? Do you have to compete with the record of the UPA or the India Alliance Sarkars to perform better than them? Are you following their footsteps, or are you creating, a path that others should be able to emulate, and you can honor the trust people of this country have reposed in you for 3 consecutive terms?
Absolutely, Navika. We don't follow their path. That is why today, Rajasthan, there is no case of paper leak. And even in the center, what Rahul Gandhi has said, he has completely lied. In fact, first time the anti-copying law was put into place in 2024, 1,600 people have been arrested. Over 100 copying mafias have been broken into. And now we have for the first time started accountability in these paper leaks. And the last paper leak of NEET, Shivaji Motegaonkar was seen with Amit Deshmukh. This is exactly the reason why they don't want real action or real church in parliament. Because parliament
you are quoting all the examples of the other side, but Vivek Srivastava, I just want to ask one question. Who's leading these protests? Is it the CJP and Mr. Dipke? Because he says, that this fast is not ending. Mr. Wangchuk says that it's time to end the fast if my proposals are agreed to, which the government willy-nilly has almost stated they are ready to accept. The opposition leaders keep bringing new and new non-negotiable demands. How long are you going to make Sonam Wangchuk continue his fast? Number one. And number two, how long will the students continue to sit on the streets, protest, when solutions are not what the opposition or the government is looking for?
You see, there are 2 demands. Very clearly, there are only 2 demands, whether it is the CJP or the Congress or we who are sitting over there, the student unions of the left front. They are still there today, and we plan to be there indefinitely till Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan resigns and 1 crore rupee of compensation is given to the families of each student who died because of this paper leak. There are 2 big demands, and that is about it. No discussions in the parliament. We are not very interested.
That's not Sonam Wangchuk's demand. Sonam Wangchuk wants compensation and parliament debate.
So let me complete.
So please, can you please do a con call with him and figure out sabki alag demands hai?
Hold on, please. Let me speak. We have submitted a PIL in the Delhi High Court today, which was accepted. The Supreme Court did not accept it yesterday. The Delhi High Court, we have complained to them about the gundaism of the Delhi police. Fake people dressed as policemen, no badges on the dresses of the RAF, private gundas in civil dress.
Vivek Srivastava, that is a separate issue. And we will have time to debate that in the debate number 2. That debate will debate all of this. Tonight, I'm asking you, what are the demands that will make you sit down, talk reforms of the education system rather than blocking roads?
Non-negotiable demands, 2 of them. It was told by Deepke, it was told by CJP, reiterated by Rahul Gandhi yesterday. कोई compromise नहीं होगा. धर्मेंद्र प्रधान इस्तीफा
So
और 1 करोड़ रुपया
Sonam Wangchuk is forgotten. He goes to hospital. He is forgotten. Abhijit Iyer Mitra. What do you make of that? Sonam Wangchuk was their poster boy. Now nobody is talking about him. His letter.
सड़क नहीं छोड़ेंगे. सड़क नहीं छोड़ेंगे हम.
अभिजीत, हाँ, आप सड़क पे रहिए सर. आप सड़क के जीवी हैं. बच्चों को जाने दीजिए पढ़ने के लिए.
बच्चे ही रहेंगे सड़क पे. हमारे स्टूडेंट आईसा के एसएफआई एआईएसएफ अभी भी बैठे नहीं हटेंगे जब तक डिमांड पूरी नहीं.
आप बैठे रहिए ना सड़क पे.
हाँ बिल्कुल बैठेंगे.
आप सड़क पे बैठे रहिए. जो बच्चे पढ़ना चाहते हैं उन्हें जाने दीजिए. उनके लिए रिफॉर्म्स करिए. गुस्सा ठंडा करिए. अभिजीत अय्यर मित्रा को सुनिए.
Okay, so listen, first of all, Sonam Wangchuk himself has changed position several times. There was this first position when he was sitting on hunger strike. Then there was the position that changed when he put that hand-scribbled note out from Safdarjung Hospital. Then there was the second hand-scribbled note that he put out with different demands after the rioting had started, number one. Number two, even with Deepke, his own demands have changed. First, they wanted engagement, then they got engagement, then they said, no, resignation. Today, that fellow Saurav Das was threatening police and saying, we'll come after you when we come to power, etc., etc., etc. Aise boss, nobody negotiates with people like that. Let us be very clear about this. Number two, do I believe Dharmendra Pradhan is incompetent and should go? Yes, absolutely. The problem is I am nobody in this country. Okay, it is the Prime Minister's prerogative who stays in his cabinet and who does not. And protests, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, do not get rid of ministers. I think it's fortunate they do not get rid of ministers personally, because I don't think a government should be held to a gunpoint like this. Number three, I think there is a need to acknowledge there is genuine anger, but also these protests are not the expression of that anger. These are opportunists who have gotten together, running an agenda, being propped up by social media companies, especially Meta, which seems to have lots of, children of bureaucrats working out there, which is why they will never be taken to task, who are actively instigating this entire thing, giving people followers and things like 22 million followers overnight and so on and so forth. There is also that angle to all of this. Now, where does all of this come in? On one hand, you clearly see criminal intent in the way yesterday you saw swords in Connaught Place. Let's not forget that. We saw that Instagram influencer pepper spraying the police right on their face. Let's not forget that. We saw that RAF gentleman, poor chap, being beaten black and blue, running for his own life. Let us not forget that. These aren't innocent protesters. Let's be very clear about it. There is a very violent core. A lot of them are peaceful, but rest of them are extremely violent. And they came with the intention to cause trouble. Let us equally be very clear about it. I have never seen an ISA or SFI group which did not engage in hooliganism of some kind or the other. It is basically people who are disposed towards Gundaism that join ISA and SFI. That is the fact. Now, there is also Nihangs yesterday who were attacking people with swords. What is their thing? What is the Kisan Morcha's thing in all of this? What is the Bhim Army Chief's agenda in all of this? Where are these people coming in? You still want me to believe it's about students? Please give me a break. This is not the voice of the student. The government owes the students a responsibility. I would have really been grateful if those 20 kids that had committed suicide, if their parents had been called to Delhi and spoken to by ministers. The government did not do that. The government, unfortunately, is repeating its own mistakes like Shaheen Bagh, like the farmers' protests, where they don't deal with the problem early and then it metastasizes like a tumor.
Which is actually the crux of the matter. But Somnath Bharti ji, is there a problem that students are facing? Yes, of course there is a problem. Should the students be protesting and should others be backing? People like you, people like me, citizen of this country, everybody is backing the students. But have these protests now got infiltrated by those who are creating the hooliganism, giving the students and their protests a bad name, giving their demands, something that has become a ping pong ball? Nobody is looking at reforms anymore. And that is the sad part of what is transpiring in front of our own eyes. don't you feel responsible that solutions is what these students need, not really the politicization?
Navika ji, let me just show you a small video which possibly will help your, viewers. This is what they have done. Okay? And there are innumerable number of videos of similar nature wherein they have been beating left, right and center of those individuals, those protesters, those students.
I agree, Somnath Bharti ji, but on the other side are those who have been beaten also. Even if I leave the policemen aside for the moment, journalists of various organizations have been manhandled, women included.
Kindly permit me. See, possibly within 5 minutes distance from the parliament and from the Prime Minister house, this site is Jantar Mantar. Okay. Why did the North government engage with the protesters, with the students, with Sonam Wangchuk earlier? Number one. Number two, today also, if you agree, I offer this, Navika ji, you yourself and Sajad Bhai, both of you can travel with me to Jantar Mantar and talk to the children. If it is acceptable to you, let's go there, okay? And talk to the children and make them understand that they are being unnecessarily being politicized, all right? So what I'm saying, when you failed, you allowed this agitation to come up to this extent, sir.
Okay.
You wanted them to feel that dejected by not looking at them.
You allowed this. It's not the Aam Aadmi Party is not taking advantage of it. It is you who have allowed it. Shehzad Poonawalla, please respond.
Navika, since a video has been shown, let me also show one. Video has not reached Somnath Bharti because it has come from Punjab, where the students are being beaten up black and blue. On the contrary, Navika, let me again tell you, when Dipke landed into India, immediately on airport, he was given permission, jaake protest karo. 2 days ka permission tha, he sat for 21 days, nobody disturbed him, nobody said anything. After that, he said, I want to do this, I want to. 1 second, Navika, please stop the interruption, thank you. Navika, then after that, for the first time when CJP people said, we want to engage with the government, within 1 hour, Nadda ji has met them and the entire government has reached out to Sonam Wangchuk. But now I ask on the contrary, here Somnath Bharti is not even willing to say A of the 3 paper leaks in Punjab, that's their attitude. Now secondly, Vivek Srivastava said, hamari to keval 2 mange. Vivek Srivastava ji, last week when I saw you debating with Navika, that time आपकी demand थी restore 370, उमर खालिद release करो, सीता के पति को बदनाम करो, नीता के पति के लिए प्रेमानंद महाराज को पाखंडी बोलो, मेरा लिंक का मेरा मर्जी कर दो, नेपाल बना दो, 1-2 मार दो, ये तो आपकी सेट ऑफ डिमांड्स का पिछले हफ्ते तक थी. और ये डिमांड्स पे तो आप बोल रहे थे नहीं ये बिल्कुल हमारी डिमांड है 370 भी रिस्टोर करना है इस मूवमेंट में. एंड टुडे व्हाट हैज बीन डन टू द एसएफआई स्टूडेंट्स इन केरला, यू आर नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग. अच्छा, फॉरगेट दैट. Navika, I'll show you one more video. 1 second, Vivek, 1 second. Navika, this video has also played on Times now. This is a Kerala MP slapping a policeman. This is Kerala Congress MP Kurios slapping a policeman, and this has happened when this is said.
पुलिस की वर्दी किसी ने पहनी है, यहाँ बाहर तो निकलोगे, तुम्हारे घरों के पास पुलिस होगी, थप्पड़ मारना साले.
पुलिस आए तो सालों को थप्पड़ मारना. अब मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ विवेक से, does he condemn?
Let's not use profanities on national television. You may not be speaking for the students. We speak to students. This program, this show is watched by parents and students who certainly don't want to hear profanities on national television. But are we anywhere close to finding a solution? We did a survey. We asked the question, government now ready for debate, Congress not before Pradhan resigns. Is opposition seeking showdown? Yes, say 82% of the people, no, say 12%, can't say 6%. 82% people believe now the stage at which this protest is, the opposition only looking for a show. Well, if that is the solution, are we really doing a service to the students, to the youngsters, to the youth of this country? I don't know. I don't think. I think the opposition should be pushing the envelope to look at reforms in education, to ensure there will be no leakage of papers, to hold the government accountable to sterling standards, to give that kind of a performance. Instead, what we are seeing is the tamasha on the streets. Well, that's the way every protest goes. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on debate number 1.